another edition of Beer for Breakfast ABV. I am Danielle from the Moog Show, and this is a super special one because BeerX is this week, and I was able to wrangle up Kaleo from Pepper and Miles from Slightly Stoopid to come have some beers. I also, as always, have Paul Segura, brewmaster from Karl Strauss. He's the one that gives me any cred. And we're also joined by Abel. We are Abel's fine establishment, Beerfish, here in North Park. Thank you so much for giving us the perfect setting.
Thank you.
And being ready and able to host us.
Oh, right.
There it is. There it is. So BeerX is this week. It is on Saturday at Waterfront Park, and Slightly Stoopid is headlining it. Super stoked about this. Hometown heroes come in. And then Pepper, this is your guys' second home, right? San Diego,
It really is. There's no other place in America we would live.
I love
Hawaii,
it.
And well, I live in Oceanside, and I love it up there.
It's close enough.
Yeah.
So let's start out. Paul, which beer should we start out with?
We should start with the Three Weavers Seafarer,
Awesome.
which is the beer on our left. It's a Kolsch ale.
Very nice.
And
Kolsch.
yeah, Kolsch is beer that comes from Cologne, Germany. So Kolsch means from Cologne.
Really?
Very light and crisp.
It is. This is a good breakfast beer, wouldn't you say, Paul?
I would absolutely say that.
Wow.
Do you concur?
Yes, I do.
I'm getting notes of breakfast.
If
A tinge of like hard-boiled eggs.
a typical Kolsch should have flavors of unripe pear and green apple.
And you're way off.
Like an avocado. Like an avocado. It's a pear shape. Right.
It's a fruit.
Right. Oh my gosh.
fruit.
No, I really dig this, Paul.
Fresh fruits.
How are you feeling this, Abel?
Delicious.
All right.
Breakfasty.
Yeah.
So when
really
you guys
is.
are out on tour, what are you usually drinking when you're out around the country?
Well, it'll be this now, the Kolsch,
Now,
right?
Okay. You'll definitely be drinking
I've
this.
heard
at
we're going to be
BeerX.
getting this by the caseload, so we'll be currently drinking this
Actually,
now.
that's a really good question. Miles, we've been on the road together for so many years that we've gone through basically the gauntlet of booze.
There's been a lot of crazy nights of we did a Jaeger music tour back in
Why'd you have to say that?
Was that 2005, right around there?
5, 6, something like
And
that.
we survived somehow. I think we did 48 shows around the country. It was pretty rad.
Yeah.
All
Lizard
fueled
Man
off
was
of
out there.
Jägermeister?
It was fueled off Jaeger.
Well, my friend's not telling you that we had meet and greets with
Oh,
all
every-
of the Jaeger
that's right.
peeps
I forgot about that.
every single night of the tour.
That was
Oh.
aside from our
before we
regular drink.
play,
That was aside from our regular
before we play, we'd all show up to these meet and greets and we would drink Jaeger before the show. Those shows were wild. It was like the Wild West. You never knew what was going to happen.
It
It really
sounds
was.
like it.
Right.
It was pretty crazy. That was
Sounds fun,
Those are the van days. You
Yep.
know, kind of just grinding and playing 6 days a week and drink until you can't drink anymore, to sleep enough to wake up and hit the next spot.
Well, so Miles, when you came by to announce BeerX with us, you were saying it's been 10 years since you guys have actually toured together,
I
Pepper and
can't-
Slightly Stoopid.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
It happened so fast as well.
So what kind of like craziness do we have to look forward to on this?
The best kind of crazy.
I'm not sure if there's a rating you could give the
best
level
kind of craziness?
craziness that's about
The
to happen.
madness?
Yeah, I mean we've always seen each other for years and we've played shows together, but now it'll be like what's cool is the fans. It's kind of a tour that they love just because they know that we've been friends for 20 years. So it's you know they can see the camaraderie. Like nothing's fake.
Yeah.
Like we're not like hey, you know it's like we really love each other.
I
Like
swear
it's
we
all
like
good.
each other, I swear.
Yeah, like we're all boys, and we were one of the first people to tour with them when they came from Hawaii and over the mainland. So it's they're like basically we always call them brothers from other mothers, and my brown brothers.
My brown brothers,
Well,
I like that.
Stoopid really they taught us everything that we knew about the road. From everything from tuners to to tour managers. You know,
What is this? What do you mean?
to
What?
like sound guys.
I can't
Like
just
they
call up and
ta-
they can play?
Yeah, it was really so, it was such a beautiful experience to be able to come from somewhere far away and then have that kind of love to be able to do this with them. And we were hitting the pavement so hard, for so many years. We were doing like 400 shows a year. Yeah, I know what that math is. But it really was
It felt like that
incredible.
way.
It was such a special time, and like for us to reconnect after 10 years, it's going to be the best time.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, we look forward to it. And what's good is that, we're all a little older and, you can call us wiser, but we're also crazier. I think now that you have more perspective on what's been going on and just how long we've been together and how long our friendship has been, like, most people can't say they've had buddies that they still hang with for 20 years. You know,
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
you know, me and Kyle, we've been friends since we were 2 years old, and we started the band together. It's basically like, who can say that? You know, it's kind of a cool thing, and anytime we go on the road with these guys, like the energy level just kind of like goes from like, all right, we're gonna party to like, oh,
Yeah.
here we go.
Well, and just from knowing, knowing Pepper, knowing Slightly Stoopid separately, and just knowing how much energy you both have separately, it just seems atomic putting the two of you together.
Wonderful.
And then you're
I'm not sure
throwing
bomb's
stick
the right
figure.
word, but it's
Yeah.
basically like a
You're
atomic
throwing
bomb.
stick figure in there, and then it's just giant bomb. Well,
Well, stick figure is great too, and what's good is it's kind of like you're bringing the older side of this generation of music and the younger group of guys that is, they have a lot of steam going right now. Stick figure, and Scott is amazing, and all the guys in the band are cool, and it's just great, man. The tour is going to be nothing but good vibes, and school's going to be out, and we're going to tear up the summer.
I love that. Well, and kind of talking about older, we have Fishbone
Yeah.
lineup for BeerX. The original lineup of Fishbone.
Legend.
Right.
Right.
So how is that for you guys being on a show that has Fishbone on it?
Well, we've toured with them like
Have you?
6 or 7 times, so
Okay.
they've always gone. Our first one of our big national tours we did was back in '96 or '97, where we supported Fishbone, and it was insane because obviously we grew up listening to them, and they kind of, in my mind, kind of got the bad end of the stick as far as styles of music, because if you look at the Chili Peppers and No Doubt, you can clearly see where they got so much of their music from Fishbone, who was just so much energy and funk and soul and just chaotic ska, and it's brilliant.
It is.
Angelo is by far one of the best frontmen to ever stand on a stage. So,
Talent from everywhere that
Yeah.
guy walks. He's incredible.
I mean, he's a cartoon character. It's actually he's in his own little. He's if he could just walk across the street and not even think about cars or traffic, he would, because he's not really thinking about those things. He's just a guy he's living in this, remember that movie Cool World?
Oh yeah.
Remember how it was you went to it was
Yeah.
he's in that little world always, you know what I mean? Which is rad. He's always just creating music from the minute he wakes up, there's a beat going off in his head, and even when he's brushing his teeth, he's just it doesn't matter. That's just the mindset that they're in, which is great. It's amazing.
We were on
hear
one
this
tour with him,
voice.
and he would walk around. He would walk around in a suit the whole time, talking 127-degree weather, in a suit, looking to the nines. It was wow. And then he would get on
Station
stage
master hat
and kill it. His voice is incredible. There's nothing he can't do. Yeah, he's a Renaissance musician, and definitely one of my favorite heroes. And
That's awesome. So we'll definitely see you guys watching from the side stage when Fishbone is on.
Oh, I'll be there. He'll be sitting in with us during our show too. Angelo will be.
Oh.
Yeah, he's recorded a few songs with us on our records, so.
I'm gonna see what else I can pull out of you before Saturday. Because I heard that there's gonna be some surprises.
There
some
could
special
be.
stuff going
well, that's
on.
that's this
be.
tour. You're going to see Miles on stage with us. You're going to see us on stage with them and Stick Figure, and it's one of those, just like Miles says, it's a giant family having fun at this venue, and everyone is more than welcome to just partake in it.
Well, end of June, we're at the end of June, it's warm, so this Kolsch is a great beer that you can be drinking at BeerX, keep you nice and, hydrated.
You can have it with your morning breakfast. You don't need coffee that morning. You have a little of this, a little of that. You'll be good.
Notes of bacon.
Notes of bacon, I like that.
If it had some chorizo, we'd eat style.
Well, the other beer that we have, what is this, Paul?
This is a beer from Pizza Port, local brewery, of course, called Nerf Herder. And this is a English mild ale. Despite the color, it is not high in alcohol. It's only 4%.
And
Oh, that's it, huh?
That's it.
Miles,
Yeah.
I'm looking at you right now, and you're kind of looking at this, and you're like, I don't know.
It almost looks like a Pepsi.
Yeah, it kind of does. Totally does.
I'm going to agree. Okay, so if this was my bacon and eggs, this is my French toast.
It's a French.
There we go. This is
Oh.
syrupy, yes.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Well, can we get
All
a
right.
quick cheers to BeerX?
Cheers.
Yeah.
to BeerX.
Abel, connect the dot.
Cheers to Beerfish.
Paul,
as
coming
well.
over.
Yes.
Cheers. This slide you in over here.
Cheers, man. Thanks for
Thank you.
hosting.
Salud.
Thanks for coming.
There's a lot of toastiness to this beer.
It's got a coffee-like
Right.
It
flavor.
does have a coffee feel, so
Yeah.
maybe this could be the breakfast beer, since it's not, it
Breakfast
doesn't
of
have that high
Champions?
of octane on it, so we're good.
Yeah, it's only 4%.
Slightly roasty in the finish.
Slightly roasty, I like that.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a caramel thing going on too, though.
Wow, beer can be so complex if you let it be.
It's like a fine wine, bro.
Like a
You're
wine.
so poetic, Kaleo.
Thank you.
You're so poetic.
Did you taste this?
Oh, I did. Oh, I know.
Yeah, it means a lot of
and that's kind of one of the things that I wanted to point out is, you know, Paul always tells me, do not drink with your eyes, drink with your mouth. And this is something that we have had to go over time and time again. And so that's why I wanted you guys to try this beer. Because Miles, I know that you came in saying like, I like really light beers. I don't want a milkshake. I don't want anything
Like a
super heavy.
Steinlager or something.
Right,
I'm a
but
Steinlager guy.
you look at this and you're like, oh, like that looks a little bit too dark.
For
I
sure.
don't think that I'll enjoy this. But it's another one of those little beer lessons that
As
you
in
get.
life, looks can be deceiving.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
And it's nice to expand the gate. You know, we get so used to something that you like, it's your to-go-to. That's fantastic, but it's really nice to open it up
Oh, yeah.
as well, you know?
For sure.
On the road, you definitely become like a creature of habit. Like you drink, like you have a routine, like you know that a certain time before you play, you're gonna start drinking. We're gonna start drinking this, and then just plow through the line. And like that's just kind of how we set
The
it up.
routine is so important when everything around you changes day to day. So to
I didn't even think about
have
that.
that routine, it's really important. That way, no matter where you find yourself, it's still familiar.
Okay, so that routine, those familiar things that you have on tour, what are those?
For me, nowadays,
Yeah.
yoga is a huge one.
Yoga,
Right.
you are
Yes.
so granola.
I am. I'm actually canola.
Canola!
Yeah. Right. That would be like my that'd be my hippie Hawaiian name
Canola.
if I lived in Puna.
What are you doing?
Yeah, it's canola spelled with a K. You got that? Right. But yeah, so my hippie roots, and yes, they're definitely. We're talking about San Francisco, where my mom hung out. Our moms hung out. So and another a huge one is actually like this is some more hippie stuff. I brought meditation into the game as
Oh.
well,
Nice.
which has helped me out a lot to find that familiarity on the road where nothing is familiar.
It amazes me how zen you are, because on stage you are a maniac on stage. You're
not zen on
everywhere.
stage.
Like no, like you're jumping around, like you have just like all this crazy energy. So is that where like the balance comes in on the other part of your life, is you need to find that mellow?
And sometimes you don't even see that from the perspective that you're in. So thank you for sharing that with me, because that makes a lot of sense. If that's where I'm finding balance, yeah, it's making more sense. But me and Miles were talking in the back before this interview about growing older and all the things that come with it, like hair.
Like
Yeah, like
getting it. I know. I heard it in very interesting
less.
conversation.
yeah, like hair or less of, right?
Kaleo may or may not have a square on his
Yeah,
head.
exactly. You know what I mean? And like the gray hairs coming in. It's just really nice to appreciate where you are at where you are. And that to me that's my balance.
I love that. What is your must-haves on tour?
I
mean, you don't have to be as spiritual as Kaleo is. If you want to say,
Don't
I need
be canola, buddy.
If you need Cheez-Its, I'm told that's okay.
No, I don't need Cheez-Its.
What's a Cheez-It?
You don't even eat Cheez-Its, too. They're actually really horrible for you if
What,
you read.
a
There's
Cheez-It?
something in a Cheez-It that's supposed to be like really, really
Like
bad for you.
formaldehyde or something?
This is
No,
not
no.
sponsored by Cheez-It, by the way.
Apparently not.
Don't
we keep
eat
talking
Cheez-Its.
horrible about it. We'd be dropped if they were our sponsor.
All of a sudden, Nabisco calls. Hey, Nabisco, you guys, please.
We'd like to see your research on why you think Cheez-Its are bad for you.
I mean, on the road, we always just try to, during the day, try to do some sort of exercise, if you can, just to kind of gain some sort of ground. I mean, I grew up playing sports, so whenever you mix that into your life, it kind of, even no matter how hungover you are, if you go for a bike ride or a run or something, like it kind of gets it all out of you just so you can do it all again. You know,
Absolutely.
like I said, we're kind of creatures of habit, and we do certain things. Like in the morning, we literally just get up, probably get blazed a little bit and go for a workout.
Yep.
And then start the day. And
I do the same thing, but it's after work.
but we also need I always tell my wife this, like if she printed out a day sheet at my house, it'd be so dope, because when you're on the road, when you wake up in the morning, there's like a sheet on the wall telling you like your
Where to go, where to be, who to look for.
you know, all day, like from morning until night, every hour is kind of linked out, and like you kind of live by that, and you get used to that pattern. Like even just everything you do kind of revolves around that day sheet, and like that's kind of where your habit kind of evolves into something crazy. You know, no matter what, you wake up, okay, we're going to be in a different city, but it's going to go like this, and this night. You know, like.
Yeah, and so I would assume, you know, you get home, you're not on tour schedule anymore. You're like, wait, where do I have to be? What time is it?
sleeping.
Where do
No,
have
I
to
got
go?
3 daughters, so.
Oh, so your daughters keep you on.
Yeah,
It's one of those things where, like, he's absolutely right. A day sheet is vital for when you're home, because you wake up and you're just like, wait, what now?
Well, I feel like for, you know, Abel and Paul, your day sheet would say like, all right, well, it's time to drink some beer.
I'll cheers to that.
Abel, you have been nursing
said I didn't
these
drink.
things.
I'm going clear. I know.
Oh, clear.
I prefer day drinking, by the way.
You said that to me once.
Day drinking is always the best, and that's the best part about BeerX. So unlimited tastings from 12 o'clock if you get the VIP, which VIP is the way to go in my opinion. You get an extra hour
Well,
of the
come on.
beer festival.
Jeez.
You've got a better side stage view of these guys, and you have your own personal bathroom. But if you want to be general admission, the beer festival is from 1 to 4, unlimited tastings. Over 150 craft beers will be at BeerX for you to sample, including beers from Pizza Port and Three Weavers and a ton of other breweries. This Saturday at Waterfront Park, BeerX. You want to be there. You want to see Slightly Stoopid. You want to see Pepper.
We want to see you.
And they want to see you.
Yes.
It's going to be so much fun. If for some bizarre reason you don't have your tickets yet, I don't know what you're doing,
Bizarro
get them.
World.
Bizarro World. 91x.com. Miles, thank you so much for making some time. Kaleo, thank you.
Always good to see you.
Oh, I hope you guys enjoyed the beers. Abel, thank you for making your super awesome establishment available for us. Seriously, if you've never been to BeerFish before, their beer selection is off the hook. Their food is amazing. The clam chowder, it doesn't matter how hot it is outside, get the clam chowder.
The atmosphere is good.
Absolutely amazing. Right, the vibe, super
Vibe's
rad
good.
vibe.
Yep.
And Paul, as always, my beer drinking partner in crime.
Thanks
Thank
for
you
letting me hang.
You know, making it so that I don't just look like a person drinking on camera.
Well, now remember, with day drinking, there's only people are going to look at it 2 ways. Some call it a problem, some call it a good time.
That's right.
It's a hobby.
I call it getting to bed by 8 p.m.
Heck, see, yes.
It helps.
That's
My life.
That's
beautiful.
called drinking smarter.
Yes, not harder. Yes.
Well, and thank you for joining us.
That comes
for
with
the
age.
See, you're so wise. You're so I'm gonna get all my wisdom from Miles from Slightly Stoopid.
That's where we got ours.
It all
Yeah, it totally works.
Get all of her zen from Kaleo.
I'm gonna get all my zen from Kaleo. I'm gonna get all of my knowledge from Miles. It sounds like a pretty balanced life to me. I'm gonna get all my beer from BeerFish. I have no problems here. Thank you for joining us for Beer for Breakfast, and we will see you at BeerX.
Cheers.
Aloha.